Hello. So, today's video is going to be a little, like, unorthodox, kind of. So, you know how I like the Binding of Isaac, right? Boom! Cards. I have the, 4 Souls card game. That's not a real card, that's a fake card. I have the 4 Souls card game, and I absolutely adore this game. I love it. So, to make up for the cards that I don't have, I always draw them. Every time. And you can see, like, the detail in these ones. Now, this is an old design for this card. You can see the glow up. And now, I'm gonna teach you how you, yes you, can do this exact same thing. Now, usually requires you to have one of these, Sharpie marker pen thing. And let me reach over here. This is the color palette I use specifically for this character. You'll have to adjust the color palette depending on which character you're using. But I'm going to show you the color palette for Fiend, his friends, and the character back. And what will go here is the starting item back. So, that right there. Now, what you usually want to do is if you already own the game, you want to use an old card. Since I got the big boy box, I actually have a redone and remastered D6, or rebalanced D6. So, since I have this D6, I can use this D6 without ruining a card that I actually play and use. Yeah, it's pretty cool to have these old cards, but you can, like, buy the pack off of Amazon. It's not that hard to get these. Now, if it were, like, an alternate art card or character card or something, like, if it were a Warp Zone card, I would, like, definitely not use it. Because those are Kickstarter exclusives, but I bought all these off retail, so I get no Kickstarter special cards. But, let me take these two away. Now, this was the original design for the His Friends card because I didn't have the actual image that somebody did for this artwork. Mind you, this artwork technically isn't mine. This is redrawn artwork. Yes, I did draw them, but I redrew them. Meaning it's not my artwork. I don't know who it is. It's somebody on Twitter. They posted Fiend and Golem, who I'm gonna be doing next. And yeah, that's essentially what this is gonna be. So I'm just gonna teach you how to do this. So get your trusty Sharpie pen. Now, don't do this for these cards. Do not do this for these cards or the back of the other card. Solely do it for this one because this one's really easy. As you can see, I already got the outline down, the who am I page thingy and everything. So we actually don't need this right now. What we do need are these. The back of the character card really only uses you only need 2 colors. You need just your average brown, as you can see, that's a brown, and you need this color. I don't know this color, but hey, maybe you will. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna, and whoop, and you're gonna kind of do another line here and here. You can color this in if you want, but what I'm gonna do is move on to this. What you want to do is you want to try and connect these through this portion with this to simulate this right here. It's not going to look the best. I also don't do these little speckles and spots all over them. This card isn't meant to look the best. This is meant to basically look similar to the other character cards so that they're still playable. As well as that, I actually... Let me find him. I have a custom character here. Where are you? Where? I know you're here. You're here. Ah. There you are. Keep the deck separate. So, this guy is Walton from Slendy Tubbies. He's a fully custom character, custom background, which I also did. If you want, you can do this, but don't try and stray too far from this, which is why there's no other colors here. It's just black, white, and the original colors. This actually does have 3 colors on it, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's using... Oh, no! It's using these 2 still. It's just... This is here, and here it's just lightly traced over, and this is on the outside, all over. If you want to make these cards more playable and more similar to the original cards, where you can kind of see through them, like that. Also, that bulb right there, that light bulb, the one that my finger is pointing to, that's the one that dings during my videos, if you guys wanted to know that. I'm also really high up off my ground. Hi, Dakota. Hey, big girl. How you doing? Anyway, back to this. So. Let's put him back. You're getting encased again, little boy. So, now after you get this, you want to take your brown and just kind of do this on the outside. It's really simple. I will do tutorials for characters and character designs. If so, ask, or actually, no, I'm just gonna do it. I want to make, like, Isaac art card series. For this episode, we'll be doing the back of a character card and maybe the back of a starting item card, depending on how long this video is, after I'm done with this. Oh, right. I never taught you how to do this without a character card, or an actual card. So, if you want to, proportion, I usually have this notebook. Let me go get my ruler, actually. Don't look at my face. Not face reveal. No, never. Where did I put my ruler? Oh, it's down there. Whee! Hi, Coda. Up. So, you have a ruler here, trusty ruler. Have your trusty ruler. All you need to do is, let me, start it from here, right? Alright, so these are about 3.5 inches long, or yeah, long, like that way, and are about 2.5 for the top of the card. So if you want those are your proportions if you want the size of an average 4 Souls card. All cards should follow the same height if you're going through regular ones, and if you're doing a room card, then it's just that, but sideways. Just those exact proportions, but sideways. But those are the proportions of a card if you don't have any 4 Souls cards and are trying to make paper 4 Souls so you don't have to pay for it. That's essentially just pirating a card game. Just make it in your own home. And hell, it still takes some effort. Now, if you really want to pirate a card game, download the images and print them out. That's literally it. Yeah, it takes a ton of printing paper, but just download the images, print them out, and then bam, you have your cards. No work on your end. Just printing paper, ink, and maybe a bit of coloring if it doesn't print the colors. And that is it. And a bit of gluing to get both sides of the card. And then bam, you have your card. That's what you want to do if you're going to actually pirate it. But now that we got this border, now we're going to work on the inside bit right here. And it's pretty simple. You can actually be pretty reckless with this one now that everything else is colored. You just kind of do this. It's one of the more monotonous parts of drawing these cards, the coloring part. Mainly when you're coloring a character card here, and you're coloring all this empty space, which I actually use the Sharpie for to make the darkness stand out against everything else when coloring any black on a thing. It also helps when making characters or designs that require different shades of black, because you can use the Sharpie for all the actual black, and you use pencil for, you know, actually getting that done. You can do it with pencil lead, but it usually comes out like this. This is an old, this is a pretty new card that I made, I think like a month or so back. And the only reason why it looks like this instead of like this is because I got these Sharpies like 2 weeks ago. And have been going through on like overdrive mode. Like when I'm not making a video, or just when I'm not making a video, I'm either sleeping, playing a game, or doing this. So I've been kind of on overdrive mode recently, trying to get all these done. And like I said, this is just for me since I don't have any of the Kickstarter cards and I don't want to buy them off eBay. And it also allows me to use custom character cards that other people make in 4 Souls, the real version. Because I do not have Tabletop Simulator, so I can't invite my friends to play that and play 4 Souls on it on Steam. I try, or actually, maybe I shouldn't say this, never mind. I tried to play it before using somebody else's version, which they so kindly let me have the files to. But it didn't work. The mods just didn't sync correctly. So, yeah. I wasn't able to play it. But there's your character. There's your character back. Now, for the gluing part. I have these tiny safety scissors over here because I don't know where my big scissors are. And we're gonna... Oh god, something fell. I'm gonna cut them up. So I'll be back after I'm done cutting out Fiend and this. Oh no, don't want to cut that. That's the other page. Now, I'm still gonna talk to you while I do this because I can't, like, time-lapse this or anything because I don't actually have an editing software on my phone. So, it's just gonna kind of be me talking to you guys with nothing for you guys to really look at. Other than the zoomed-in, like, super close-up shot of my, Switch controller. Speaking of which, I want to try and do a video where I play like just any game that you guys recommend me on controller. So if you want to see that, notify me. And don't pick Roblox because I've done it with Roblox. It's not as hard as it seems unless you're playing something like a tower defense. Then it's actually pretty hard because of how you have to mess around with the cursor and everything. And don't pick Minecraft because for some reason my Minecraft doesn't work with controllers. And I don't have a capture card for my Switch. So there's our character, there's our character and the character back. Hold on, I need to cut a bit more on the character back. And there we go. And if you want to know the reason why we can't just use the same card, bam. Average character card back. Like, average back of character card, if you use this method, looks like this. We'll do this in a later video because this is at like 15 minutes and I didn't expect it to be this long. Now I'm gonna just kind of teach you what to do with your new parts. Now, some people would use tape, but I'm not some people. I use Elmer's school glue. I'm gonna try and prop my phone up like this, and so you wanna take this and you want to try and go around the edges of it like that. So let me do just that so I can give better demonstration. And always make sure, if you're doing it with a notebook like this, to have a page on the back that you don't use. This is because I made that mistake when trying to do this first, where I was just using a page and I would have to skip every other page because the ink would bleed through. Now, you probably can't see it, but it's there, and what you want to do is you want to carefully take your character and judge it by, put it on by two opposite corners, and then just do this with the card, and just kind of get it all set up. Now, in the scenario where it messes up, you'll just do that. You just take it off before the glue can actually settle in. And apply a new coat, because now there's less glue on it, it's not going to work. So you always apply a new coat every time you mess up and have to redo this. Pop, 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 pop. There. Now, you try this again. Turn it upright. Make sure you do that, because I do have some cards that were originally drawn. They're not the double backs, or they're not the double cards that have like the back separate from the main card, but they were drawn cards, and I messed up when I was looking at the card and I accidentally drew the back upside down. But there you go. Now you got your character card. Now you may notice, if you take a good look at it, like looking here, you can see that it's a bit of residue over the sides, but that's simple to fix. All you do is take your frickin' and you just trim around the edges. It's like a bush. You just go around and start cutting. Also, on this page, I messed up when I was making the character. Do not make your character, do not make any of the cards so close to each other on the page that you're drawing them, because this page is able to hold 6 cards. It's able to hold 6 cards, not front and back. It can hold 3 cards front and back, like if you're doing the front and back cards. But if you're judging by how many you can draw on the sheet, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you always want to separate them. You always want to have a line, because what happened with this one was we didn't do that, and there was a bit of trimming I had to do around these corners to make them rounded again for the Fiend, because, it wasn't right. It was busted up. And I'll also have to do that for his friends, because his friends now are busted and broken up on these corners here. They're a little sharper than originally intended. While you can see it on these corners, they aren't that. But that is a character, and you just kind of put them in the deck, and you leave it be. In fact, except we won't be doing that with this one, because technically he isn't finished. We need to get his character card so that he can be played. Even though we have this old one here, I don't want to use it. Also, these ones are really solid for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so Goodbye. Goodbye.